This is going to be pretty boring, but it kind of leads into the second half. So the incident management team is kind of the meat and potatoes of this. But to get to the IMT discussion, we kind of have to trod through the incident complexity stuff. So next slide. So one of the things, if you ever met a guy named Greg Knoll, he's one of the South Central Task Force plank owners. He was like the first guy. He's now one of the special projects senior planning specialist. One of the things that he says, among other things, is trying to determine how big is big, how bad is bad, right? So when he talks about response, just regionally or in his years past, one of the first things that you're trying to do after you get dispatched to an incident, whether you're in emergency management, whether you're a fire guy, EMS guy, whatever role you're in, one of the first things that the people above you want to know is how big is this thing? How big is it? How bad is it? Is it as big and as bad as you say it is, or is this all in your perspective? So we're going to talk about this a little bit, and again, your perspective. This was in my backyard on the not the left side, but the right side. We are still rebuilding. I'm working with the recovery folks. I mean, we're on a 5-year plan to get that chair fixed. The left side, they probably got cleaned up before my yard did. So what we're going to talk about just for the next 3.5 hours is how we're going to assess incident complexity. That's the real fun part. Hopefully you're ready for that. What can you manage? Can you manage it yourself? Do you need help? Do you need to phone a friend? And who's in the region and who is in the state and even above the state level? Who are your phone a friend folks? Who can you call to help you get the pieces back together? Okay. All right. So big and bad are subjective, right? They're subjective and objective. Subjective is kind of based on your emotions, your feelings, your perspective. Objective is a little cleaner way of measuring things. That's half a thought because the rest of the slide is gone. But big and bad are subjective, right? And they're based on your perspective and experience. Would everybody agree with that? Okay, so these two folks pull up to this apartment fire. I don't know if that's Nakatomi Plaza or not. It is a Christmas movie.
I was going to guess that too.
It's a Christmas movie.
Absolutely.
So you pull up to the Nakatomi Plaza and you have fire blowing out of, I don't know, most of the top floors. And so my man on the left, you can see his helmet there. He's from the City of New York Fire Department. If you've ever heard of them, they have a career department now. Pretty cool. And then the guy on the right, who is brand new in the fire service. His gear is still fresh. It is still shiny. The helmet still has the plastic on the face. He hasn't ripped the plastic off yet. But he is ready to serve as determined by the pose that he's taking. So if the dude on the left, now I don't know who he could be yelling for coffee because you don't see those guys get too excited too often. So I suspect it's for coffee. So these two folks pull up to the Nakatomi Plaza. It's burning. There are people screaming for help. The whole deal. The guy on the left's perspective about how big, how bad is not going to be the same perspective as the young chap on the right.